Hey guys, this is your girl Jennifer Lynn, the Crown Jewel, and I am back with another YouTube video. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So, really quickly, I want to talk to you guys about divine replacements. Divine replacements. God will send another. And so that phrase has been floating very heavy all throughout YouTube that God will send another. What exactly does that mean? Does that mean that God is going to replace the kingdom spouse with another person for you? Or is God going to replace a counterfeit with the kingdom spouse? What exactly does that mean? There are a lot of people, they're confused as to whether divine replacements is an actual thing, if divine replacements actually exist. Now, I was one of those people, but at the end of the day, I realized that you have to choose a side. You're going to have to choose a side, stick with it, and just have faith. And more importantly, go to God. A lot of these things that we are hearing on social media, we're not taking back to God. We're just believing a person for their word. And that can be very dangerous because that can cause you to miss out on a blessing. It can cause you to miss out on a blessing. So I want to dive into this for a little bit. Now, like I said, I was one of those people that I believe, well, I was confused as to if divine replacements really exist. I was half in, half out. But like I said, we are going to have to pick a side and just stick with it. And most importantly, we got to go before God. But in my mind, I have decided to believe that there is no such thing as a divine replacement. There is no such thing. And when I hear that, I feel like people are really saying that God is going to replace the kingdom spouse and send another mate. And my thing is, God is not a God of confusion. God is not a God that changes his mind about anything. Before you were even born, your entire life was mapped out from A to Z. Your entire life. So why would God go and reinvent the wheel? I just don't feel like God works like that. It makes no sense. Now, people may say free will, but I don't fully believe in free will because there's been many things that I've wanted to do in my life and God would not allow it to happen because it didn't line up with his will. Now, maybe it might have something to do with maybe, protecting me from things that I could not see. But at the end of the day, God is going to have his way regardless. And so, like I said, there's been many things that I've wanted to do in my life. And for whatever reason, God did not allow it to happen. He had a bigger plan in mind, He had a higher plan in mind. Now, when I say free will, I'm talking about the fact that people may say, God is not going to force anybody to be with you. If a person can't get their act together, they're not interested. God doesn't work like that. He's not going to force somebody to be with you. And so that's where the free will come in. They have free will if they want to be with you or not. Again, I don't believe in free will fully, but like I said, your whole life, even down to marriage, the person that you're supposed to marry, it has been mapped out. Now, it is my belief that God has only created one mate for you. And because God chose that one mate, he created that one mate for you because there is something that you guys are supposed to be doing on the earth together to fulfill God's plan and his will. To fulfill his plan and his will. So again, why would he go and reinvent that? God said, I knew you when you were in your mother's womb. He already knew you. That means again, your entire life has been mapped out. He knows the people that he's going to connect you with. He knows the people that are going to bless you. He knows the people that he is calling you to separate from. So it just, like I said, it doesn't make sense. And the Bible says that God is not a God of confusion. So again, I don't believe in divine replacements. Now, how I make sense, if you want to talk about believing in divine replacements, how I can rationale with this is God can send another. But let's just say the only way I think he can send another is if you are with a counterfeit. You don't know that this person is a counterfeit, but or maybe you do know that they're a counterfeit. He's going to send another, meaning the kingdom spouse, to replace that counterfeit. And that is the real person that you are supposed to be with. So we got to cut the nonsense out at the end of the day. We got to stop this talk and cut the nonsense out. Now, why would God have you standing and believing? Why would he have you standing and believing for a certain person? Now, this is for the people that has heard from God clearly who your mate is. Let's just say your mate is a prodigal out there in the world. They're a prodigal out in the world. They can't seem to get it together. You don't think God is going to interfere with that in some way and start making things happen in order for them to start getting their life together and lining things up so the two of you guys can come together and come in agreement with the plans that he have in this world for you? Like I said, the marriages are not about us. And I'll keep saying that the marriages are not about us. This divine replacement thing, it makes no sense to me. So I would love to find out, what do you guys think? Do you believe in divine replacements or do you not believe in divine replacements? If you do believe that there's a such thing as a divine replacement, I would love to hear why you feel this way. Now, if you believe in divine replacements, I would love to hear, what do you have to back this up? What is your reason for the belief? Do you know someone who has been standing for, let's just say, a kingdom spouse where they heard from God, but because the marriage didn't come together for whatever reason, God sent the replacement? I have never heard of this. I've never heard of it. So if you guys know something that I don't, now is the time to share it. But again, guys, we got to stop just falling for any and everything. This is why we should be going before God. But hey, this is just my thoughts and my opinions. My thought and my opinion. I would love to find out what you guys think about the situation, but I don't agree with this whole divine replacement thing. Again, the only way I agree with that is that God is sending the kingdom spouse to replace the counterfeit. Now, keep in mind, this is something that a lot of people forget. A lot of counterfeits, they can resemble the kingdom spouse in a lot of ways, where a person may think that this is their kingdom spouse. But again, this is why we should be going before God, and he's going to tell us if this is the person for us or not. I can't tell you how much time I would have saved in my life with men if I simply would have had a relationship with God and went before him to ask him, is this person supposed to be in my life? And I'll even go further, even friends, jobs, situations. So, hey, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm very interested in knowing your opinion behind this situation. This is a hot topic that often floats around YouTube. And there seems to be a lot of people that believe in this divine replacement movement. If you want to call it that. I don't know what to call it, but I don't know why so many people, oh my God, I don't know why so many people are talking about this. I mean, it's almost like, are people trying not to be with their kingdom spouse? Do you not just not want to be with your kingdom spouse? It was somebody in the comments, and they've commented on a few videos. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to laugh, but when I think about some of this stuff, it has me cracking up. There was somebody in the comments, they commented on a few of my videos, and they were making comments, like, and I was gonna actually do a video about this, where they were saying, God told me to run from the kingdom spouse. God told me that this person is not for me. God told me don't allow him to stress me out anymore and move on. They were just making comments like that, and I'm paraphrasing. If God is telling you things like that, then that is not a kingdom spouse. That is a counterfeit. And again, a counterfeit can resemble, they can have some of the same qualities and ways of the kingdom spouse. So we got to be very careful with this. Man, when I look back over my life and I look at all the time that I've wasted with counterfeits, I know we can't go back, but I know a lot of you guys can feel me on this. I know a lot of you guys can feel me when I talk about just looking at past relationships and dating people. Counterfeit, counterfeit, counterfeit. That's all it was. I didn't know that then, but I know that now. And so God has replaced all those counterfeits with the kingdom spouse, and he's coming. They're coming. She's coming. But again, you got to stand for something or you're going to fall for anything. So you got to choose a side. This is your girl, Jennifer Lynn, the crown jewel, and I will talk with you guys next time.